Yes, we're live. We is live on Facebook. Okie doke. Let me try to open this up here. Hi, everybody. Super excited. Okay. Where is the group? Hi! How's it going? Coming to you live from my bedroom. Honestly, this is the room with the best light. That's not true. Our sitting room downstairs is the room with the best light. However, because it's like floor to ceiling windows, the entire room. However, there's something going on this week where I feel like every single day there's some crazy ass like construction going on, and it's so loud that you can even hear it downstairs in the room. So up here you can't really hear anything unless a helicopter goes by, in which case, we'll hear that and that'll be fun. So who's here? Say hi if you're here. Let me know. I'm just gonna open this on the laptop just to make sure, because sometimes I cannot see the what are they called, Cassie? The comments on my phone, so I have to keep it open on my laptop as well, just to make sure I don't miss anything. Hi Genevieve. Hi Crystal. Hi Leanna. Jolienne's here too. Hi. All right, let us pull this up. Who's excited to make more money on Instagram? Tell me who's excited. Comment. Tell me that you're excited to make money on Instagram. And then we will start. And then we will get into it. We will get to the bones of this stuff. So just a heads up that we are going to be focusing on 10 different ideas that you can implement on Instagram today and start making more money. These are the things that I have tried myself. They have worked for me, and that's why I'm recommending them to you. I'm not just guessing what may work. I'm not looking at somebody else's idea of what might work and just telling you what they think. I am telling you what I have done with my own Instagram account to make more money and grow my following full of ideal customers. That's what we're going to be talking about. So 10 different ideas that really, truly do work on Instagram. Some of them you're going to be like, what the freaking hell are you even talking about? Trust me, they work. And some of the other things you're going to be like, that's a little bit too simple. I don't know if that's really going to do it. That also works. Take my word for it or don't. Up to you. But all of these things have worked for me. These are the things that I recommend to my private high-level clients, my clients in my masterminds, and in all of my other programs that I do where we talk about this. This is the stuff that gets results. So this is what I'm recommending to you for that reason. If you want to go deeper in this stuff, if you want to talk more about how to strategically sell on Instagram, not just how to make more money, but how to strategically sell so that you can truly up your game when it comes to making money on Instagram, you're going to want to sign up for Instagram Incubator. I'll put the link in the comments for that so you can go and check that out after this training. But that is my 8-week group coaching program all around how to level up your Instagram game, how to get more engagement, how to attract more paying customers, your ideal clients, and yes, how to make more money, but how to do it strategically. So today I'm just going to kind of give you the bare bones of it, and you can go and run and do whatever you want with this information. It will still work if you just go and take it yourself and implement this stuff, but it's going to make it a lot easier for you, and it's going to happen a lot faster for you if you have a strategic plan behind it. So I really, really, really recommend and encourage you to come and check out the Instagram Incubator so that you can get the support that you need in taking your Instagram to the next level. Got it? Cool. Thank you, Crystal, for putting the link. Okay, good. Now I don't have to worry about trying to find it and putting it in. Thank you for putting the link. And any questions about that, by the way, just send me a message here on Facebook, just on my personal profile, and I'll answer any questions. If it's not a good fit for you, I'll tell you that it's not a good fit for you. But basically, it's a good fit for anybody who wants to make more money and grow a more engaged following of ideal soulmate clients on Instagram. So if that's you, this program will help you. Okay, so We ready? Let's jump on into this. Oh, one more little housekeeping item here that I wanted to mention. Make sure that you stay on for the duration of this training, because I am going to randomly choose one of you that is live here on the training to win a free spot in Instagram Incubator. You're going to win a free spot just for attending this workshop live. And speaking of which, I'm going to do one right now, because what I did, if you didn't see this in your welcome email, is I gave you an image that you could save to your phone and then repost on your Instagram stories. So I wanted to encourage you to start posting on Instagram stories right away and to tag me so that obviously I could see it and count that as an entry, but also to encourage you to tag people, because when you tag people, here's one little tip, FYI, tagging people in your Instagram stories is gonna get their attention. And that's what you want, is to get people's attention. So just a little side note. So I've already picked the winner. I just got to find her name because I randomly did this just before I hopped on live. I went through everybody who shared and tagged me in that story with that image, and I already picked a winner. So hopefully she's here live. Let me see. Okay, the first winner, you win a spot in Instagram Incubator. Ready? Dun, 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 dun. So this is Jamie Drummond. Jamie, you have won a spot in Instagram Incubator. Send me a private message here on Facebook with your email address, please and thank you, and I will get you all signed up for that, and you will be in for this course. Super excited. Okay, ready to dive in, everybody? Let's go into the 10 ideas that really work. Hi, Stacy. Yes, you are a winner. I should have had like confetti or something ready to go, but alas, I was not that prepared. Okay, so I'm gonna keep this super simple for you. I know that you have tons of shit to do. You have lots of things to do to build your motherfucking empire. So I'm not going to keep you here forever. I'm going to go through this quickly, but I'm also going to give you the exact information that you need so that you can, if you so choose, go and implement this stuff yourself straight away today, right after this training, after you stuck around for the next giveaway. And you can go and implement it straight away and get the results. However, if you want more support, check out Instagram Incubator, because that is going to take things to the next level. Okay. First things first, and this is one of those things where people are there's going to be a split. There's going to be 50% of people who are like, yeah, I don't know, Cassie, I don't know if that's a good idea. And then the other 50% are going to be like, oh my God, that's so simple. Why didn't I think of that? So, ready? This is the very first thing and the most important thing that you can do to make more money on Instagram. First thing, create and share more content. I have said this a million times with every platform, not just with Instagram, but with every platform. And it's one of those things where there's always a handful of people who are like, oh, but I don't want to give away too much information for free. Then nobody's going to, pay me or want to hire me or want to join my programs. And then there's the other people as well who, will think, well, I don't want to be too spammy and I don't want to just be putting too much information in their, in their face all the time. I just want to make it, a little bit like, here's a post today, here's a post tomorrow, and make it really valuable, but I don't want to be doing that all day long because I'm just going to annoy people, right? Here's the truth. You will never annoy the right people. Never, never, never. If you annoy somebody for posting too much valuable content, then either A, you're not posting valuable content, you're just posting spam, in which case, stop doing that. Or those aren't the right people. And who cares what they think, right? You will never, ever, ever post too much valuable content for your ideal customer. Never. So when I say post more content, I am saying to post as much valuable content as you can in one day without burning yourself out. So whatever that is for you, you're going to need to play around with that. But I recommend a minimum of 2 Instagram posts to your feed every single day and at least 10 Instagram stories per day. Now, before you kill me, there's a lot of different stuff that you can do to make this easy, to make yourself more productive. We go into that in Instagram Incubator as well, how to do things productively so you can put out a whack of content. without spending hours in front of your laptop. So you can check that out there. But really, it's a matter of remembering what content actually is. And content is your thoughts, your beliefs, your desires, and your experiences. That's content. And so if you think about it, you're having thoughts all day long, right? And you have your beliefs, and you have a lot of beliefs about a lot of different things. So that is all content. It's all content. And it's just really remembering to share that content, because that is what is going to connect you with your ideal customer. When they read a post that says, here's my belief about blank, right? And if they have the exact same belief, then your connection with that person and your level of trust and likability to that person goes up. So you need to continue to share that information every single day. Every single day. Also, don't forget about repurposing. Don't forget about repurposing. You can repurpose your content that you shared on Facebook. You can repurpose the video that you took for a course, a couple of weeks ago. You can repurpose the email that you sent to your list. You're not going to share the entire thing, of course, because of Instagram's lovely character limit, but you can share bits and pieces of it, and that is going to be valuable content for your audience. So create more content and share more content with your audience. This will get you into the feed a lot easier. This will get you in front of people more often. And this is something that will give you more visibility as a whole to your tribe. And that's what you want. You want to have people seeing your stuff constantly show up. You don't want to just post once a day, because what if somebody shows up a couple hours later? Your stuff is going to be pushed way down to the bottom. What if somebody shows up in the evening and you post it in the morning? Don't expect them to find that content you posted, because I guarantee they're following at least dozens of other people, and your content is going to be gone, long gone, way, way, way down in the feed, because other people have posted their content. So post continuously throughout the day. Take a few minutes to just say, what can I post right now? Set a timer on your phone even. Post something on Instagram, share an Instagram story, right? Just a few minutes, multiple times throughout the day. So that's the first thing. The other thing I wanted to share too, in regards to content, is that you need to remember that there's two different camps with Instagram, I found. There's the people who think that, well, Instagram is a visual social media platform. You need to create really great images. You need to share really high quality photos. And then there's the other camp, which is me and my peeps. And that's, I don't resonate with the professional stuff, right? That just doesn't work for me. It may work for you. It may work for your brand. In which case, go for it, do that. But for me, and for my audience, I've found that the more real we are, the more we show up as our true selves, the more we connect with our people. So remember that the more real you are, the more you that you are, you don't need to do your makeup every single day. You don't need to get all fancy. If you look at my stories, 90% of my stories, I'm in freaking leggings and a pajama shirt, and my hair is like this, and I don't have makeup on 99% of the time. It's a very rare occasion when I put makeup on. And that is the content that resonates with my people. That is the content that shows them that I am human and I am not some superwoman that is continuously all day, every day, dolled up, right? That's just not real. That's just not me. And so I really recommend looking at, hi, Melissa, I can see you. I really recommend looking at how you're showing up physically to Instagram, how you're physically showing up on your stories, how you're physically showing up on your feed, and ask yourself, am I being the real, true, authentic me? The me that I am with my family and friends, my closest friends and my family. Is this how I'm actually showing up on Instagram? And if not, you have something to work on. The more real you are, the better. Professional photos are overrated, right? They're overrated. Okay, number 3, hashtags. Let's talk hashtags. It's one of those things where people are like, I don't understand hashtags. And honestly, hashtags took me well over a year to understand. A long frickin' time. In fact, my strategy with hashtags on Instagram was always, let me find the people who are really successful on Instagram, and I'll just copy and paste whatever hashtags they're using onto my posts, right? Because clearly They know what they're doing with hashtags. And didn't work. Didn't work. And it felt kind of gross and sleazy and yucky anyway. Like, I'm like kind of following the herd and I'm being like everybody else. I wanted to be rebellious and use my own special hashtags, but I also wanted the hashtags to work, meaning I wanted people to find me through the hashtags so that they could come to my account, see my content, decide whether or not they like me and want to follow me, right? So I had to figure out my own unique hashtag strategy, and that is what you need to do. You can't be copying and pasting other people's hashtags because their audience is not your audience. They may have similar, personality types, right, in their audience, but that is not your audience. And there is a much smarter way to go about it. We go into that at Instagram Incubator, where I am actually going to share with you, and this is what took me well over a year to understand and to put together, is the hashtags for entrepreneurs, specifically for me anyway, to put together the hashtags for entrepreneurs, but also for coaches, because I do coaching. So in Instagram Incubator, what I actually did was, one of the bonuses I put together was the top 35 hashtags every entrepreneur should be using. Now, obviously, you can't use all 35 of them because you can only use 20 per post, but it's ones that you can kind of play around with and mix and match. And obviously, depending on what you're posting, you can add in some unique ones as well, so you can play with that. But I put that together because what I found with coaching, from my experience anyway, was I could not figure out how to attract, I didn't want to attract other people that were doing the same thing as me necessarily. I wanted to attract people who needed a business coach, since that's what I was doing, right? And so that's what took me a lot of trial and error of playing around with all sorts of different hashtags and strategies within the hashtags, because there are strategies for not just posting the hashtags, but using the hashtags in a very strategic way. And the main thing was really just make sure that you have a strategic hashtag strategy. Don't just copy and paste hashtags from other people in your industry. It just won't work. So I did that for well over a year, and I put that together. So that'll be a bonus in Instagram Incubator as well, where you'll get that list of 35 hashtags that every entrepreneur should be using. And then I may even throw in some for coaches as well. It depends. I'll see if everybody wants that. I'll post in the Instagram Incubator group and see if everybody wants that as well. And well, not everybody, because not everybody's going to be a coach in there. But if there's a lot of coaches in there and that's something that you guys want, then for sure I'll put that together. Let me know if that sounds interesting to you. You can comment now and let me know. But there's a lot of different ones that you can use. So that is my tip on hashtags, is have a have a strategic hashtag strategy for your unique business and your unique brand, and use the relevant hashtags that your ideal people will be searching for, because that is how they're going to find you and follow you, right? Okay. Any questions so far? Let me know. What are we on? Number 4. Okay, number 4. This is another one of those like basic as fuck tips, but one that no matter how many times I say it, the vast majority of people do not do it. So I'm going to say it again. Let me just remind you that Instagram is a social network. That means that you need to be social. You need to engage with people. You need to engage. Every single day, talk to people. That is your freaking job. That is your only job, is to talk to your people and provide value. Okay? So you got to be engaging, and the key thing with this though, with engaging, and this is where a lot of people kind of I don't want to say mess it up, because they're not messing it up, but they're missing a key piece to growing their audience. And that is that most people will engage within their own audience, right? So they'll respond to comments that are left on their Instagram posts. They will respond to messages like DMs that they get on Instagram. And they may even go through their own list of followers and go and comment on their followers' content, right? They may do all of that. And that stuff's great, and you should be doing that. However, there is another thing that you can do that will help you with engagement, but also grow your audience. And that is to engage in other people's communities. So this is what you can do. So let me think of how I want to say this. So brainstorm, or just go and look, or you may even know off the top of your head, a list of, let's say, 10 to 12 people that do the same thing that you do or something similar to what you do, and have an audience or followers that are similar to who your ideal followers would be. So this is going to be, for example, if you're a graphic designer, go and look at other very successful graphic designers, okay? And then you're going to engage on their content. Engage on the other graphic designers' posts, right? And then also, in addition to that, you can go and look at who is following that graphic designer. Who are the people that are following that person? Go and check out their profile and just confirm, yes, this is somebody that could potentially be an ideal customer for me, ideal client for me. And if so, follow them, comment on their posts, engage with them, send them a message if you are, responding to something. I wouldn't recommend just messaging people just for the hell of it and be like, hey, just saying hi, thanks for the follow. That's super lame. But if you watch their Instagram stories, then you can respond to an Instagram story, and that's essentially sending them a private message or a DM. So I guess that would be a direct message, then, not a private message. But you get the idea. So you engage within your own audience every single day, and you engage within others' audiences every single day. So the way that I've done this for myself to make it so that I don't get kind of stuck in the whole scrolling, issue that comes up, when you go on Instagram, you're like, I'm just going to go post something on Instagram. And then 3 hours later, you're like, I don't even know what I was doing on there. Like, you just were scrolling forever. And so what I do is I set a timer for 10 to 15 minutes every morning and 10 to 15 minutes every evening, sometimes in the afternoon as well, depending on what's going on, but usually it's morning and evening. For just 10-15 minutes, I set a timer and then I go and engage. And I'll usually do one community or another. So for example, in the morning, I'll go and engage with my community, and then in the evening, I'll go and engage in other people's communities. So on their Instagram page and with their followers. Okay, does that make sense? Okay. So engaging on Instagram is key. If you're not engaging, then all of this other stuff that you're doing is not going to do much for you. It just won't. You have to engage. You have to be committed. Yes, it takes time. It doesn't have to take a lot of time, but it does take time. But it's stuff that is necessary. You might as well spend the time on the things that are going to get you the results than to spend time on the things that don't necessarily move the needle or don't move the needle quickly enough as much as engaging will, right? So you might as well spend the time on the stuff that matters, because you're going to spend the time doing stuff anyway. You might as well do it on the stuff that is actually going to make you more money and get you more followers and allow you to help more people with your work, right? Speaking of helping people with your work, here is another thing you can do to really ramp up the sales that you're getting on Instagram. And this is something you can apply this to other social platforms as well. But Instagram is a really great place because you can do it in Instagram stories, you can do it in Instagram video, you can do it in Instagram live streams, and of course you can do it in your feed. And that is to share testimonials. So testimonials from your private clients, testimonials from people in your mastermind, testimonials from people that have purchased your courses or have gone through your programs. And you can even post, I don't even know if people would consider this a testimonial, but I do. So whatever. And that is, for example, if you have a free Facebook group, then you can go in that Facebook group, and if you post valuable content, which hopefully you're doing multiple times every single day, ultimately at some point you're going to get a comment from somebody that says like, holy shit, that was awesome. Thank you so much for this, kind of a thing, right? That's a testimonial in my mind. So I'm going to screenshot that and I'm going to use it. I'm going to post it on social media. I'm going to put it out there everywhere, because that is social proof. That is you essentially showing, say, Instagram, for example, here, you are posting on Instagram a testimonial that somebody shared, whether on Facebook or elsewhere, or even an email that they sent you. And if it's an email, then you may want to ask them for permission to share it. They may not want to share a private email with you, but you never know. But you can post that on Instagram, and that's essentially you saying, hey, look, I do know my shit. You don't have to take my word for it. Look at these other people's words, right? Read what other people are saying, because even though people will decide whether or not they like and trust you, and they very well may trust you, they're never going to trust you as much as they trust the opinion of somebody else who has worked with you or bought something from you or, studied under you or whatever, because that is an unbiased opinion, right? Obviously, your opinion of yourself and your work is biased. So you want to make sure that you're sharing these testimonials as often as possible. And this is something that I've recommended this to clients numerous times. And sometimes I get some resistance where they're like, well, I don't want to seem like I'm bragging. And my response is always, why the fuck not? Why not? You're good at what you do. You might as well own that shit, right? You might as well own how good you are at what you do, because your work is valuable to people, right? It's helping people. And by you sharing these testimonials, you're essentially saying to people that you know what to do, that in order to help them, you can be of service to them, and that is valuable for them, and that is what they want, right? People want to receive value from you. They want to receive service from you. They want to, get something out of, I don't want to say get something out of you, because that sounds like they're just greedy sons of bitches. But essentially, if they're going to follow you on social media, there needs to be a reason. They're not just going to follow you because you're like their bestie, right? They're going to follow you because you provide value in some way, shape, or form. So using testimonials are great. And even better if you can use video testimonials. So if you ever get testimonials from clients, or if you're asking for testimonials from clients or from students of courses and programs, always ask for a video, right? They can always say no, right? It's not like you're forcing them to do a video instead of a written testimonial or whatever, but always ask. And people if you've helped them, they're usually more than happy to provide you with a short little video testimonial. So that's another thing you can do as well, is to do some video testimonials. Video testimonials are always 10 times better than written testimonials, because they seem more real to people. Even though they're both real, a written one and a visual one, both very real testimonials, but a video one is going to connect with people more, because they can see the face of the person who's giving the testimonial, and they can tell by their energy if it's a genuine testimonial, right? So that's another thing. So that's number 5, is to share testimonials. I would recommend sharing a testimonial at least once a week on your Instagram stories, and then at least once a month on your Instagram feed. And you can obviously do more than that for sure, but those are kind of my personal minimums. Okay. Cool. I'll come back to the questions, by the way. I know that you guys have some questions and you've posted some stuff, but whenever I get sucked into the comments, I lose my train of thought. So I want to make sure that I get this all to you, so you get all of this value, so that you can go on and implement it. I don't want to keep you here forever. I know you have other things that you want to do today. So I'm going to go through all that, and then I'll come back and I'll answer any questions. So if you have questions, go ahead and just put them in the comments, and I will come back and answer those at the end. Okay, so let's talk about sales. Selling on Instagram. One of my favorite things ever is sales. I love to sell. It's something I've been doing since I was a child. It's something that I just find so much joy in, is selling things, especially things that I know are going to improve somebody else's life. When I was a kid, I used to sell things like lemonade, and I'd have like garage sales all the time and sell my toys. Now it's like, now I sell information, and I do sell products. I do have a matcha tea company where we sell matcha, and I love it. But, fruit fly, what the hell? But I love selling knowledge. I love selling the stuff that I know will help people to drastically improve their lives. And so that's kind of what I want to talk about here. So when you're going to promote something, whether it's the physical product or it's some type of a service, make sure that you're selling the result as opposed to the product or the service itself, because that's ultimately what people care about. They want to know, what will this do for me? What will this matcha tea do for me? What will this, Instagram incubator course do for me? How will that make my life better? What will this event do for me? Like if I went to this event, what am I going to get out of it? How is my life going to be better? Or my business going to be better? Or my relationships going to be better? Or my health going to be better if I go to this event or buy this program or purchase this product or work with this coach, whatever it may be? What is the end result that they care about? What do they give a shit about? The results. So when you are promoting your products, your services, ask yourself first and foremost, am I clearly articulating the benefits and making it obvious what the result will be when I am promoting this? And if the answer is no, it's not going to sell. So you're just wasting your time, right? You have to make sure that you're letting people know why. And the why is the result. Why do you need this course? Why do you need to be in the room at this event? Why do you need to hire me? Why do you need to drink this tea? Why do you need? That is the question that you need to answer for your clients, customers, and students. Another thing as well when it comes to selling is, how do I want to phrase this? Okay, so the other thing about selling is that a lot of people are selling stuff. They're selling a course. They're selling a mastermind. They're selling a product. They're selling a service like graphic design, for example, or copywriting. And that's not what people want. They want the result, yes, but they also want the story. People buy stories, not stuff. People buy stories, not stuff. Hashtag Cassie quote. So the more stories that you can tell, the more sales you will make. Guaranteed. You have to really learn how to tell stories on Instagram with your marketing so that people will want to buy from you. That is so important, and it's one of those things that the majority of people just don't do. I don't know if it's that they don't know that they should do it, which is probably partly that, or that maybe they think they are telling a story, but they're not, or they're not doing it very well. But I can always tell when I go to somebody's page, I can always tell if they're making money based on how many stories that they're telling in their content. And so actually one of the things that we'll talk about a lot in Instagram Incubator as well is the actual copy for storytelling, because it's a little bit different than storytelling on Facebook or storytelling on live stream or a video or something like that. So we're going to go deep into that in Instagram Incubator. So don't you worry, I got you covered. I will tell you all the things about how to write really captivating stories that result in sales. Okay, so tell stories. Stories sell. Stories sell. Another thing as well. So what number are we up to now? I'm just going to start rambling if I don't stay on track here. So number 8. Again, talking about sales, about your offers. One thing that a lot of you are not utilizing right now is story highlights. So if you haven't seen story highlights, go and just check out my Instagram and you'll see. Crystal, if you're still here, if you can put the link to my Instagram, that would be fabulous. And on Instagram, you'll see, if you go to my profile, you'll see there's like, hang on, let me see if I can even open it up on my laptop. Not that you'll see it, but then I can kind of describe exactly where it is. Okay, so it's basically right. I didn't know if there was like a title that said like highlights, but there isn't. So it's right directly below the bio information. So the link that I have in my bio on Instagram, you'll see that I have a whole bunch of different circle images, and those are my story highlights. So you can, and there's an arrow at the end. And so you can scroll through and see that there's different story highlights that I have. So there's like biz tips and hustle vibes and Instagram Incubator, my favorite things, the October event, client results. So that's where I put a lot of testimonials, things like that, right? And so what you want to do here in order to really utilize this service? No. What's the word I'm looking for? Tool. This Instagram tool. In order to utilize this Instagram tool and make more money from it is to make sure that you're putting your evergreen offers into your Instagram highlights. So, and evergreen offers and also testimonials as well, because testimonials always lead to sales. So screenshotting your testimonials, putting them on Instagram stories, and then putting them into a highlight. And if you're not sure how to do highlights, you can just Google that shit. It's super easy. If somebody like me, who's like the most like, the least tech savvy person ever, if I can figure it out, trust me, you can do it. It's very, very simple, but utilize this because this is going to bring you more sales and it's going to show people what you have to offer. Because sometimes if you're giving a ton of value every single day, which you're going to be doing if you're not already, then people don't always know how they can work from you or how they can buy from you. And so Instagram highlights is a really great place for them to go and check out what you have available that they can purchase, right? Or different ways that they can choose to sign up and work with you. So testimonials are great. Different courses and programs that are evergreen, meaning they're always available. They're not time sensitive. Also, you can do this for your free content as well, especially if you have sales funnels set up, which I hope that you do. Then obviously the sales funnels can make you money. So you can promote your free trainings as well, your free stuff, and put that in your Instagram story highlights. And then people will go through the funnel and hopefully buy the thing that you're selling in the funnel. So that's another thing you can do. And then whatever else that you have going on that you're selling. I also do affiliate links in mine as well, which is usually under my favorite things highlight. And so I'll have different things that people can purchase that I recommend, things that I really love and recommend to people. You can put that in there as well. And that will make you money. Affiliate sales, passive income, man. It's super simple. So make sure that you are utilizing that. Number 9, and this is one of my faves, is to encourage people to send you a DM, a direct message on Instagram. You want to encourage people to message you. Why? Number 1, it's engagement. Instagram likes when you are engaging with your audience. But also, I have found that the majority of my sales come from a combination of my Instagram stories and also through DM messages. So sometimes you'll get a message from somebody where they're asking questions about something that you're promoting. I also get messages from people where they just ask how they can work with me because they've gone through some of my content and they found value from it and they knew that, that I was somebody that they wanted to work with. So they just reached out and said, how can I work with you? Do you take one-on-one clients? Sometimes I have men that message me and they're like, do you work with men too? Because obviously I speak specifically for the most part to women, but I do work with men. But I get that message sometimes too from men. We're like, do you work with men? So sometimes your audience just wants to ask you a question and then they're ready to buy. So you want to encourage people to send you a message. So there's a lot of different ways that you can do this. I'm not going to go into them all now or we would be here forever. But if you join Instagram Incubator, we're going to go through every single thing that you can do to increase your DMs on Instagram and make more sales that way. But one of my favorite things to do is to simply ask. It's to simply tell people to message me or ask them to message me. I do it through Instagram stories where I'll just ask a question and I'll just say, DM me, right? Instead of a poll, sometimes I will say, message me. Or even if it's a yes or no question, I'll be like, does this resonate or does this help you? And instead of a yes or no poll, I will say, or I'll have the little question box there where they have to put in the word yes or no, right? And obviously not everybody's going to do that, but a lot of people do. And then once they do, it kind of opens up the conversation and you can just engage with that person. You don't have to sell anything on them. But I found a lot of times I'll just respond to their answer to whatever question I'm asking. And then they'll ask me something sometimes, or they'll just mention something. And a lot of times it does lead to them asking me a question about something that I'm selling or just, inquiring about how to work with me in some way. So this is how a lot of my sales actually have come to play in my business on Instagram. So you got to make sure that you are getting people to send you direct messages. this is going to be one of the top ways that you will increase your income on Instagram. So make sure that you know what you're doing when it comes to getting people to message you, and you have the right strategy in place so that you can encourage that and you have different ways for people to reach out, because it's a game changer. Okay, then the last thing, number 10, and this is something that, again, I talk about all the freaking time. So if you've been following me for a while, you're probably going to roll your eyes at this one, but hear me out, because this is one of these things that it's just sometimes you need to hear it a whole bunch of times before you actually freaking do it. And that is, if you want to make more money on Instagram, you need to sell more on Instagram. And again, this applies to everything, every platform, and through email on your website and all that stuff. The more you sell, the more money you will make, so long as you're providing value in addition. So make sure you're providing great value and you're selling. The more you sell, the more money you make. So get used to selling all day, every day on Instagram, Instagram stories, Instagram live, Instagram video, right? All of those things, Instagram feed, in your DMs. There's so many different ways that you can sell on Instagram that a lot of you are just ignoring right now. So in Instagram Incubator, we'll go through every single strategy for selling on Instagram, all the different things that I have done in order to increase my income on this platform, where I used to be making no money. It was so frustrating. I was posting all the time and I was making no money on Instagram. It was horrible. But the more that I started to sell and the more I started to implement all of this other stuff that I shared with you today, the more my income grew. And now it's at the point where I actually make over 50% of my income on Instagram. It used to be Facebook groups, and then it just used to be like my Facebook profile. Now the majority of my income actually comes from Instagram. That is why I put together Instagram Incubator, because this is stuff that so many people do not even realize is necessary in order to create the income you want to create on this platform. This is why you have felt so stuck. This is why it seems like everybody else is getting more followers and getting more engagement and getting more shares and obviously making more money. And it really just comes from having a very strategic plan in place for your unique business and making sure that you are doing all of the important tasks every day, like creating content and engaging and selling, right? So that's why I put together this program. So I'm going to come and answer questions now, but I just wanted to remind you as well that I'm going to pick a winner, and I will do that in like 30 seconds. Well, not 30 seconds. After I answer the questions, I will pick the winner of the one person who will be selected to join Jamie in Instagram Incubator for free. Okay, I'm gonna try to do this on my desktop because I think I'll be able to read them a lot easier. So let me see. So you can put in any question that you have. Okay, I can't see them on there, so I gotta scroll up. Okay. What do we have? What do we have? Melissa, Erica. Okay, Melissa says, can you add me to the Facebook Incubator group? I've paid for the course, but haven't gotten the invite to the group yet. Okay, yes, so just send me your email that you signed up under, and I can have my team check into that for you. What else? Julianne says, it might be a basic question, but how is it possible to make sales with highlights and stories? In stories, they can reply and you can sell in DMs, but what about highlights? Well, highlights is similar. So highlights are just stories, right? But you're saving those stories and you're kind of promoting those stories in the highlights. So you can, again, ask them to message you or send you a DM, and you could chat with them in the DMs and make money that way. Also, if you have 10,000 followers or more, you can also do the swipe up option and swipe up and put the link to whatever it is that you're selling, whether it's a course or a program or an affiliate link or whatever, you can put that in there. And even if you don't have the 10,000 plus followers yet, you can still say, you know, the link is in my bio. Go check the link in my bio to purchase, right? And you can have it in there. And speaking of which, the 10K follower thing, that is another thing we're covering in Instagram Incubator. We're going through everything in this program. Like, I am sharing every single freaking thing that I have learned about Instagram and making money there specifically. I'm sharing it all with you in that program, every single thing. There is so much content. Like, I was finishing up the trainings for it earlier today, this morning. And I'm like, I might have to split this up into 2 different courses. I was telling my friend that. She's like, that is a lot of content. But I'm going to put it all in one place because, I mean, it just seems kind of silly to have 2 different Instagram courses, right? So I'm going to put it all in there. There's so much stuff. But one of the things that we actually talk about is growing your account to 10K followers with the right people, because holy shit, it does not make any sense to have 10,000 followers that don't give a shit about you and your content. Makes no sense. You can go and buy 10,000 followers today for like $100, right? It's easy. But why would you do that? Number one, Instagram is going to ban your ass because they don't like that. But also, like, those people are never going to buy from you. They're not your ideal people. They're just random people who are following you to make money, right? You want to attract the right people, your ideal customers, your ideal clients. That's who you want to attract to follow you. So you need to do that strategically in order to get the right people. So that's what we'll talk about, how to grow to 10K of ideal followers. Okay, so I'm going to put this link in for you. Okay, do you use IGTV as well in your strategy? Not currently, no. I think it's definitely got some pros and some cons. Personally, for me, I can't really say much about it because I haven't used it that much. I have used Instagram Live, which we'll talk about in Instagram Incubator a little bit, but I haven't done the IGTV yet. I definitely think it has potential though, and I do recommend testing it out to see if it's something that works for you. 10K followers, that's the magic number. It is the magic number. That is the magic number. I mean, obviously it's better to have 5,000 followers who are actually engaged in your content because they will figure out how to buy from you, right? They don't need to swipe up. But it just makes it so much easier when they can swipe up and go right to the thing that you're selling so that they can buy a lot easier. So getting to 10K is definitely something that I wanted to make really prominent in this course so that you could grow your audience to that number and higher, and make sure that it's the right people who are following you, right? Okay, where was the other question? Do I need to worry about the overall look of my feed? At the moment, it isn't very consistent. Oh, that's such a good question. So the short answer is no, right? I tried that a couple times actually, and I just found it A, annoying, and B, didn't really matter. And also, I asked myself, what kind of Instagram accounts am I attracted to? What are the accounts that I actually enjoy going to? And it's never the ones where it's like a specific color scheme and they have a quote and then a photo and then a quote and then a photo and then a quote and then a photo, like very specific. I don't resonate with that because to me that screams perfection, and I do not resonate with perfection. I just don't think it's a real thing. I think that when somebody's Instagram feed looks perfect, I feel like they're like a phony in my mind, right? That's my opinion. So I recommend not giving a shit about that and just worry about sharing really valuable content with your audience because that's what really matters. Okay, Julian says, do you think the link tree in the bio would be better because otherwise you have to change the links every time you promote a different offer? Yeah, so I like using Linktree, and that's typically what I will use in my bio. It's something that is just really easy to update. The only thing I would say about using Linktree is to keep your links to a minimum. Just because you can have a whole bunch of links doesn't mean you should. If there's too many, your audience is going to be overwhelmed and they're not going to click on anything. So try to keep it to like 5-ish links on Linktree, and that's it. Don't have any more than that. And if you have multiple courses and programs and products, link to that page where you list out all of those different courses and products and things like that, right? Just to make it a little bit easier. I tried the quote photo route. It was a pain in the ass. It is a pain in the ass. I know. And honestly, I did it myself, but then I also had, when I used to work with this Instagram expert who didn't really help me at all in my Instagram, she did that as well in my feed. And I'm just like, I don't really care for the way that looks. Like, it just didn't feel like me. It doesn't feel authentic to me. So There you go. So you got to do what works for you and what actually feels good to you. So the one great question to always ask yourself is this something that I would resonate with? Is this something that my ideal clients would resonate with? And if not, then you shouldn't be doing it, right? All right. Any other questions? Any other questions? Put them in. I am going to randomly choose somebody. I'm going to pick somebody. Okay, how am I going to do this now? Normally what I do is I do some stupid little dance where I like just spin around in circles and then point. I think what I'm going to do today so that I don't get dizzy and puke on the live stream is I'm going to go through the names of everybody who's here live. Okay, how do I... Okay, so I got the list of everybody who is watching right now. I am going to blah, blah, blah. You know what I'll do? I will spin my laptop around. I will spin and I will spin and I will spin and then I will pick the winner. And the winner will get a free spot in Instagram Incubator. Okay, ready? Here we go. Hang on, I gotta set it down. The winner is, oh God, right there. Felicia. Felicia is the winner. Felicia is the winner. So send me a message with your email address, Felicia, and I will get my team to set you up an Instagram Incubator so that you can come and join us and master Instagram once and for all. Okay. Okay, any other questions? Put them in, guys, because we're getting to the end of this training and I want to make sure that I answer all of your questions. Okay, Africa says, can you change the order of items within specific highlights so that the latest thing shows up first rather than last? Yeah, I see what you mean. Yes, you can do that. Don't ask me how though, because it's a little bit too techie for me, but Google it because I have done it before, so I know that it will work. I just don't remember exactly how to do it, but you can do that because obviously you want things to be very, what's the word I'm looking for here? New. Ooh. You want things to be like the newest stuff first, right? You don't want to have all the old stuff showing up first. Okay, so awesome. Yay. Okay, any other questions, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to see you guys in Instagram Incubator, right? Link is in there. Clicky, clicky on the linky. And you can come and join us. It's going to be so fun. There was another question there. What's the difference between IG Live and IGTV? So IGTV is basically video and IG Live is like live streams, like Facebook live stream, but on Instagram. That's the difference. So they're both video, like they're both audio and visual, but they're unique in the sense that one is live and one is not. So you'd create the video and then you would, upload the video, right, to IGTV. You're welcome, Karen. You're welcome, Kimberly. That has always confused me when looking at highlights and seeing the old stuff first. Yeah. And it's one of those things too that I feel like once you put something in highlights doesn't mean it needs to stay there forever, right? You need to make sure that you are switching that up a little bit. You go in and you delete some of the old stuff that just maybe isn't super relevant anymore, or that it's just really old and you have lots of new stuff to put in. But definitely don't just put it in your highlights and then leave it and never check it again. You want to make sure that you're updating that and keeping it fresh and new, because that's what people want, right? People want the fresh and the new stuff. They don't want the same old, because they can get that from everybody else. All right, so before we go, I'm going to remind you one more time to get your booty in Instagram Incubator. It is going to blow your freaking mind. It is all the things that I have learned about how to monetize on Instagram, how to grow your account to 10K plus followers of ideal followers, ideal customers, people who will actually buy from you. We're going to go into the actual copy, the actual words that you need to be saying to your audience to get them excited to buy from you. You're going to learn exactly how to get more people sending you a DM, sending you messages, asking questions, asking about your products, asking to hire you, asking to work with you. You're going to get all of that stuff in Instagram Incubator and so much more. more. There's also a whole bunch of bonuses that are included as well, including the hashtags that I talked about earlier. So we're going to put together a unique hashtag strategy for you and your unique brand, your unique business, so that you are able to actually use hashtags to make more money, as opposed to just copying and pasting somebody else's hashtags, slapping them on your post and hoping for the best, because that doesn't work, right? And you know that it doesn't work. It's not helping. So you need to have a very unique strategy for that. So we're going to go through all of that in Instagram Incubator. I hope to see you there. It is my absolute honor to create this for you and put this out there and really show you how you can use this platform to do good in the world, to help people with your valuable content and your valuable products and services, and to make money in the process and have a really great time. And it's something that does not need to take you hours a day. It can be done in just 1 to 2 hours a day tops, making 6 figures a year in your business just from Instagram alone. So I'd love to help you with this. I would love to support you in growing your Instagram. So go to cassiehoward.com/IG incubator to sign up, and you will get all of the details there. And I can't wait to help you with your Instagram, to support you in growing this amazing platform of yours. I'll talk to you next time. Thanks for joining me, and we'll see you inside Incubator.